Okay, everybody, here we are at the start of turn 3, and we've had quite a few events on the table here. We've had a successful interpreter check down here in the south.
Damn it.
That was a good thing there. I got 3 more militia on my side. We had a great little turncoat turn where a ambivalent vehicle, of all things, with a douche on it, turned friendly. Then Gaz turned around with his truck to kind of address the situation. He caught a burst of opportunity fire from my douche. That blew up this truck, but then some hostile militia, infantry for lack of a better word, pedestrian militia rolled up here, fired into the truck, blew the truck up. We had 1 wounded and 1 guy survived. So basically the technicals have more or less blown each other up. That's not exactly how it happened, but they basically neutralized each other. And what it's kind of allowed me to do, not too ashamed to say, is allowed my GRS team to kind of sneak over here from the GRS complex is down here somewhere, kind of sneak into the gap here, make some friends along the way, and yeah, this is turning into a pretty interesting game here.
So Jim has to think this turn. Turn 3 is the last turn for him to get in an objective hex and there be no risk to the ambassador.
Right.
Turn 4, he hits a mild risk roll.
A mild risk, yeah. I think turns 4 and 5 are mild, and then it goes up from there.
Yeah.
Historically,
also, it affects
team...
the enemy hostiles, doesn't it? Inside the compound as well. That also jumps turn 4. It gives me more hostiles for the 28mm game.
So the first thing we have to do is determine the threat level. So there's a lot going on this table.
Yeah.
So, number 1, it's quiet. So I get a +1 for that. Number 2, I had a positive, I had a successful interpreter check. That gives me another +2. You have the rest of the modifiers in front of you?
Yes, so you're at +3 currently.
Yep, so far.
We have -1 for GRS gunfire last turn in the douche.
Yes.
So that brings it down to 2.
Yep.
We have -1 for an explosion on the street last turn due to RPG, which brings it down to a +1, and that's it. The rest is -1 for GRS presently on a good street, which you're not. You're in the Ulu at the moment. You're in the back street in the small shanties, and we've already covered the last 2. So you fired last turn, therefore you don't get the +1 for not firing. So we're at +1, Jim.
Awesome. So 5 and 1 becomes a 6, and 1 is a 7. 7 is stable.
At least it didn't get worse.
Yep,
well, I wanted it to get worse, I meant the other way. At least it didn't get better, should I say.
Amazingly, the street is still considered quiet, even though 2 trucks have blown up and there's been an RPG explosion into a storefront window. It's Benghazi.
Everybody just slammed their doors, shut their windows, and turned the football up.
We're trying to watch a game in here, guys. Knock it off with the RPGs. You have, like, angry mothers, like, throwing empty milk bottles out into the street. Shut up out there! We're trying to watch the game! Can we get
another day in Benghazi.
Just another day in Benghazi, right? The streets are literally filled with people who don't give up beep, because they're busy watching football. Alright, so we've determined the threat level, we've rolled... Oh, street events. We have to roll street events.
Street events is
so
next.
I rolled last time. You go ahead and roll this time. Roll 1d6, no modifiers, because... Oh, wait, no, +1 because it's still quiet.
+1 because it's still quiet.
Yep.
So 4 becomes a 5.
So 4 becomes a 5. A 5 is 1 hex of new ambivalent militia. Okay.
So now we see the weapon type.
Yep. Pistol, submachine gun, assault rifle, 2 submachine guns,
and
an RPG, an ambivalent RPG. Oh no! Oh, Jen's guy gets to come on the table with his ridiculous color scheme. And 1 AK.
See, that's a shirt that wasn't even available in the charity shop. They just put it in a bag and sent it overseas.
It's really tempting to just... Oh. I could put them right there and then make a successful interpreter check on these fools. Oh, damn. Okay, so we're going to go, again, as usual, from east to west. The first guy will be these fools that I just rolled. Hopefully they don't move anywhere, but let's see what happens. Because again, these are ambivalent militia. These are guys that neither player really controls yet. So again, odds for Gaz. Roll a 5. So Gaz, you need to control that new mob of 5.
They're going south, please.
Damn it. All 3 hexes? Just straight south?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just asking. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there are no hostile vehicles to move, hostile pedestrians move. So working our way from left to right.
The ones at the back gate.
Yep.
There's not much point in moving them actually, so they'll stay there.
Okay, if they spend 0 movement, they can literally just go to cover and concealment.
And that's what they'll do.
Yeah, they basically just dig in for a turn.
And the ambushing across the road will do the same. So they know what's coming at this point. They can hear the engines of vehicles that are not popping and firing due to poor mechanical struggle. And the remainder are going to basically push the side of the road that they're on. So 3 just keeping on the side of the road. My singed guy with a few eyebrows, not quite straightened anymore.
Yeah. Now, the question, does this guy take opportunity fire? She gets a fire first. Yeah, I think he will. He will go ahead and take 2d6. He's an assault rifle guy. 2d6 at your guys in Papa 7, who move 3 hexes, so they get no cover bonus. Okay, I'm going to roll 2d6. Well, here's the first one against the first guy.
So that's the left-hand man. Is a miss. Full plus 1.
So if you roll the 1, he's dead.
Okay. 2.
Close. All right, cool. All right, now the second guy. Here, I hope I do a little bit better. Adding 1 to my roll. 2 becomes a 3. Jesus Christ. All right.
Oh, it's a 1.
Hey, cool. Knocked him down.
Clipped him.
Here is where my boy Gaz thinks I'm going to run right into this freaking wall of gunfire.
Nest of vipers.
Yeah. And I'm going to say, dude, I'm so sorry. That is just not how it's going to go down.
If you don't, Jim, you're then rolling for the ambassador.
They're bailing out of the truck for now.
Okay.
Now the choice is on you to come at me and break that cover and concealment. Alright, cool. So that will be it for GRS vehicle and pedestrian movement. That concludes that. And we are now looking at interpreter checks.
Oh, is anybody near him?
Is there anyone near my interpreter? Near my interpreter? Yeah, there's a whole bunch of guys, including an RPG right next to my interpreter. Do it! 4! Those are all friendlies. Sweet! Reinforcements. Alright, you're in trouble next turn. I guess I got my whole Braveheart militia down here. They'll never take our friend. Dude, I got like 9 militia friendlies on the table, man. It's all on them. You've already knocked down 1. I still got 9 left. Feb 17 in the hizzos! Okay, enough of that madness. You go to militia fire, which again is going to be short and sweet.
Yeah. You know what, we're going to start with the pistol guy against the guy in concealment and cover. I don't think it's possible, is it? Just so we can show an example that the gun can't actually damage him due to his bonuses.
It's mathematically possible. So,
right.
But I kind of know what you're saying.
A 6. So that's a 4.
A 6 on a D4? Someone's going to have to explain that to me.
I only have a D8, Jim, so I'm having to use them that way.
Oh, okay, so that was a 3.
So that's a 3.
Gotcha. Okay, sweet. So that's a 3. I get to roll 2d6 and add 1 to both results. And I get to basically, I don't add them together. I get to pick which one is better. It's the ×2 defense dice. So I roll a 2 and a 3. Obviously, I will take the 3. That 3 becomes a 4, and the 4 beats the 3. So yeah, that pistol guy missed. So it was possible, but very unlikely for that pistol guy to wing me from 200 yards away when I'm covered and concealed. I mean, picture that in your head at night. That's a really lucky roll to get a hurt there, but it's technically possible. You could have rolled a 4, I could have rolled a 2 and a 1. And a 2 becomes a 3, and then that 4 stays a 4. Technically, it's still a kill. Yeah, it was possible. All right, now what's not so unlikely for a damage or a kill is 3d6. Add 1 to all your rolls.
Yeah.
So I get 1 defense dice, but I get to roll twice and pick which one.
I've got 3d6.
Okay. I think I survived. Okay, so I rolled a 3 and a 1. I'm going to go ahead and pick the 3, obviously. And the 3 becomes a 4 because I get the conceal bonus as well as the cover bonus. So I wind up with an adjusted 4. Oh, wait, that 4 becomes a 5 because of point blank range. Yeah, he's knocked out.
Point blank.
Oh, no! I like that guy.
Militia, any form of injury to militia, we just remove them, don't we?
Yeah, if we tried to track wounds on militia, we would A, be here till Christmas, and B, the militia would not be poor troops compared to the GRS operatives. So a militia guy takes a bullet, even if it's only a grazing round, through the shoulder. He looks down and he sees his whole shirt sleeve covered in blood. He's going home. He wants to see how that soccer game turns out. He's not going to worry too much about the rest of the battle. As opposed to trained GRS operators, they have a mission. Alright, cool. That's militia small arms. There's no close combat, no bleed out check, no victory check. That concludes turn 3.
Yeah, it's gotten interesting now, hasn't it? Is the debust has happened, the drop shot. They dropped 2 shot, really.
Okay, so here we are at the start of turn 4. And yeah, like Gaz was saying, things are going to get a little interesting, I hope, in the next turn or 2. So first of all, we are going to look at determined threat level. So, okay, I have a +1 because it's quiet.
So
there was a -1 for GRS fire, right?
-1 for GRS fire, but +2 for the interpreter.
So it's a +1, -1, +2. I think I'm at +2 on this roll.
That's correct, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and roll 2d6 this time and see if I can get a good roll. Come on, Mr. Webcam. Okay. 2d6, add 2. Come on. Please give me a break. 7 becomes a 9. It just got a little bit better. It became downright serene.
So everybody's bailed except those involved.
Okay, I'll go ahead and roll because it's my turn to roll. I'll roll a d6 and add 2 to the result. So this modifier now folds into street event table. Give me +2 on this 1d6, please. A 5 becomes a 7. 1d6 of friendly new militia. I'll go ahead and take that action. How many guys is that? 2. It's only 2. All right. So what kind of guys are they? They could be RPGs. 2d6s. Yeah. No vehicle.
You need D8 for it.
Oh, a pistol and an SMG. You know what? They're free reinforcements. I won't.
Anything friendly is friendly still, Jim. Anything
That's right.
friendly.
I get to put more green guys on the map. I'm not going to complain. Here I am, complaining. Oh, we get new militia and they're only carrying pistols and SMGs. Uptown problems. Am I right? Am I right? All right. So that concludes the assess threat level phase of the game and the. Roll street events. We now do ambivalent vehicle move. I don't think there is any ambivalent pedestrian move. So yep. Okay, so we got these 2 here. Super fast on the roll. Odds for Gaz. Odds. You get to move these 2 guys right here.
Sweet. They're gonna go down to Mike 12, please.
Mike 12. Got it. They're just pretty much getting out of dodge. Either that or Gaz is doing his super metagaming where he's going to stack up a ring of guys around the CIA Annex for the transit game coming back. He's already thinking not 2 turns ahead, he's thinking 2 entire games ahead because that's how Gaz rolls. Okay, yeah. Hostile vehicle move, there are none. Hostile pedestrian move.
Indeed.
What do you got for me, son?
So the guy in Papa 7, he will transition left to Mike 8, please, I think it is.
Mike 8. 1, 2,
Should be down the
3.
road. Yeah. The single man pistol to what was his right will transition after him as well. Well, the pistol pinned him while the LMG zeroed in.
He shot that pistol, and right as the guy kind of leaned out to laugh at him, he's like, "Are you seriously gonna actually take a real shot at me with that little piece of pah?" That's when the LMG guy nails him.
And then his uncle kicked up next to him and lit his ass up. With the 5 personnel in Mike 7,
oh yeah,
they're going to transition across the road to Lima 8, and then conceal. get this kill box. They'd never do this in reality because obviously they'd be shooting each other. Let's be honest. But as it's these, you know.
Well, I mean, the game does reflect that. I mean, the only real gunfire we've had so far is between Libyan militias. So yeah, I mean, it does happen where they can start shooting at each other.
So this is where it gets a bit interesting, because obviously now we've got named characters that don't have the same weapon systems, that have different defensive values, because I think the interpreter's in there, isn't he, as well?
Yep, the interpreter is there.
So, do you want to explain how we now assign fire?
It's up to you. Who are you shooting at?
There you go.
So you've got, let me zoom in, because this part of the game gets a little weird. And of course, once he takes opportunity fire, he can't fire after that. So that's when this other team moves up and eliminates that squad. I just hope I don't lose too much in the process. You know what I should have done? You know what I screwed up? I should have
triggered with your with your friendly forces rather than your teams.
Well, yeah, I could have done that, number one. Number two, if you debus further away and then approach them on foot, you can approach at 2 hexes or less and get cover and concealment bonus. Cover and or concealment. But because I drove right up on you and then bailed out like a mafia movie, yeah. Okay, so we got 2 guys on the interpreter, okay, and the third guy?
The third guy, looking at the stats, 2d10. The third guy will go for Rome.
Third guy goes for Rome with the assault rifle. Also, he's the leader, isn't
he? Yeah, he is, but I'm obviously looking at 2d10, so as the guy looks, he sees a sniper, but he's up close now, so he's not that worried about him. He sees a decent weapon system on one and a grenade launcher on the other, and he's kind of more worried that the grenade launcher won't fire because he's so close. He's going to go for the leader, or what looks like the leader.
Right. Cool. So that's our fire allocation. So now that we know who's firing at who, we're just going to go ahead and do our thing.
So you're +1 on these as well, because you're not point blank.
Alright, so
that's
is that
a 6 and a 3?
That's a 6, that's not a 1? Okay. So that's a 7 and a 4, effectively. Turn on my webcam. Alright, here we go. A 7! Holy shit, he dodged that.
Wow.
So your 6 modifies to a 7 for point blank, and then I rolled a 7 on camera, so that's a tie. Mr. Redshirt missed, because he's a Star Trek redshirt. Now we go for Mr. Al Bundy there with his gray beard and his white shirt. He's going to try and take a shot. He rolls 2d6.
He's going to scratch his armpit and other places just as he's firing.
There you go.
That's the excuse if he misses now.
That's a -1 for the roll on that. So those are two modified 4s. Right? My webcam is already up. And I rolled a 4 exactly.
Least in it. So minimum effort is literally just ducking enough.
So he literally just popped out of the truck, and now there's like sparks dancing off the hood of that SUV. And he's like, holy shit, those are real bullets. And Roan's like, yeah, no shit, man. Okay, now we've got 2d6 firing against Mr. Roan, who is a GRS operator. He gets a d10. So it's a d6 versus a d10.
Oh, bad roll. So a 3 and a 1.
So basically I have to at least tie a 4 with a d10. Isn't too shabby.
This is it. This is the one.
Boom, 8. Missed.
Oh, look at that. Crushed it.
Yeah.
Just ricochet.
Yeah, if it seems if these GRS guys seem overpowered, it's by design. They're literally in a gunfight, and they're 1-to-1 against militia. Who's walking away from that get together? Now, what the militia we're going to try and do is just try to gang rape these guys with like 20 figures. Okay, now it's a fair fight. But until those numbers really get out of whack, or until those the other asymmetrical things are, factors like I have to run to get to a building to protect civilians, like an ambassador. When I lose a figure, I have to actually carry, even if he's killed, I have to carry the freaking body. There's no man left behind. That affects movement, that affects my attack dice, that affects things. So this game's going to get asymmetrical, but when it's a fair fight, one-on-one, and none of my guys are hurt, injured, or have other concerns, yeah, the operators are going to win. I mean, straight up. Watch what happens when I actually start shooting it back at these folks. Okay, so that was my vehicle movement. You took your opportunity fire. Now we go to GRS pedestrian movement.
His guns are secure.
Ooh, that's too much. 1, 2.
Opportunity fire.
Oh yeah. Okay, so obviously that's going to be India 8 taking opportunity fire?
Nope.
Uh-oh.
Lima 7.
No, it's not fair.
As you go into J8 and cross the road, I've put them at a nice angle.
This is true. Okay, so that unit drops its concealment and goes strictly to cover. Oh, this is turning into an actual skirmish war game, man. What the hell? Look at all these colors, look at all this gunfire, look at all these tactics.
I blame the designer for making a good game.
I know, I hate it when one of my games actually works. It's not running as fast as I like, but I don't really like fast games.
Rolls a 4.
Oh, well, pistol guy rolls a 4?
Yeah, I hadn't rolled it at that point.
Oops, he does not get the 8, unfortunately. A 6. I eat your pistol bullets and throw them back at you. Now,
well,
that was the easy one.
That's just rude.
Yeah. Now comes the not so easy one. 2d6 versus my 1d6.
Yes, indeed. Oh,
I literally have to roll a 6. Here comes the 6. A 2. Nope, that one guy didn't make it. Mr. Camouflage shirt guy. Ping!
Hey, wrong camouflage for Urban. What can I say?
And we have 2 more d6s against the guy in the white shirt.
6 and a 2.
Another 6. Damn you! Stop killing all my allies. A 3. He also fails.
This is what happens when you you Feb 17 guys come out the woodwork sometimes. Got you thinking, has it, Jim?
Yep, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be a little. I'm going to invite a little bit more opportunity fire, but it's all SMG guys. I'm not that worried about it. 1, 2, and they're going to kind of hedge up to where they can draw a line of fire on these guys.
Ooh.
Now, once I'm visible, again, line of sight always works both ways. So once I'm visible, that invites opportunity fire, although only from this hex. There are 3 hostile submachine gunners in that hex that haven't taken opportunity fire yet.
It would be rude not to.
So we got a pistol guy, a submachine gun guy, and 3 GRS operators in there.
GRS all have 1d10s, the 2 other guys have 1d6.
They have 2d10s, and they only move 2 hexes, which means they get to use the concealed. They get to add 1 to their d10s, or d6s, depending on who you shoot at.
So here's the thing, guys. If I don't fire now, he's still yet to fire.
Yep, I fired literally the very next step of the game.
Yeah. So by not engaging something. But I'm only the maximum I can score is 4s, so there's no point in actually going for the GRS operators.
I'd have to roll a 2, literally.
Yeah, so you know the chances of that with the conceal as well is not great. So I will look to pick off the SMG, follow up, and then the pistol if I've killed the SMG.
Cool. All right. So first guy, 2d4s. I will roll a d6 plus 1.
Yeah, I'll have to roll a d8 twice.
Okay.
So a 1. And a 1.
Alright, so I literally can't be hit.
Yep.
That's Jen and her ridiculously gooftastic color scheme that she requested. This is Gladeron's fault, everybody. Don't at me about these counters. That was Jen's request. Okay, next, this much more reasonably dressed militiaman will go ahead and shoot his 2d4s.
The shirt not only hurts other people's eyes, it hurts his own eyes that much he can't shoot straight.
The colors are so bright they're burning into his skin Hiroshima style.
So that's a 3,
a 3
and a 1.
A 1. So we'll go with the 3, obviously. Webcam time. How about you stay in the box? A 6, which becomes a 7.
Ooh, crushed it. He's hiding behind the GRS. A 2.
2.
And a 3.
A 3. Okay. I will. Ah, you hit him.
Oh,
1
nice.
becomes a 2, which still fails to tie your 3, correct? Roll the 3?
Yep.
Yep, so even with my modifiers, thank you for breaking the counter that was not working correctly.
It was the one you didn't want there.
Yep. Alright, cool. Alright, so then we go straight into GRS Fireface.
You're forgetting something.
What's that?
Interpreter check. You could change some hostiles that are in the adjacent
I could make those guys ambivalent right before I kill them. That is true. Now the roll is more difficult, right? It's like a 5 up.
Let me just check. So for hostile to ambivalent, it's a 5+.
Yeah. So it's tougher to talk.
You do it for each one or all 3? It's all 3.
It's always per hex. But in all seriousness, we'll now go with a 5-up roll. Please do it. Dude, that was on camera.
Yeah.
That was on camera. They just turned ambivalent. This
Well,
interpreter is ruling.
They opened up for everybody, didn't hit a damn thing, and they're looking down like 10 barrels plus reinforcements. They can hear the footsteps running in the alleyways, and we're going, sorry, we didn't realise, we're Feb 17.
We thought you were other hostile militia. No, we're not hostile militia. We thought you were. Oh, dude, this is all a huge misunderstanding.
Your bulletproof car's very nice.
What they're really waiting for is you guys. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we didn't mean to shoot at you. Just go forward to the embassy, and then they run down here and they boost this son of a bitch and they drive down the road with it. That Toyota Land Cruiser is going to be in about 50 pieces in a chop shop by this time tomorrow. Oh lordy. Okay.
It reminds me of the old Lord of War when he lands in the plane and then he comes back and half the plane's missing overnight.
This interpreter is he got stabbed to death last game. This game he is earning his paycheck, dude. Seriously.
Hell yeah.
So first I'm going to try and shoot one of your across the street guys.
Yep.
With Grandpa Jones here and his daddy Smith & Wesson. I get 1d4, I get to add nothing to the result, you get to roll a d6, and you get to roll 2d6 and pick the best one.
Yeah.
So it's possible, but unlikely that my pistol round will shoot. Or will hit.
It's these moments of glory that the game's all about.
Okay, so I rolled a 2, it's 1 and a 5. That 1 would have been a kill, but that 5 means that you're okay. So,
which benefit of cover, otherwise, yeah, that would have been him gone.
Grandpa Jones has missed. Now we have Boone with a D12 plus 1. This is the sniper. Alright, he's going to shoot at crazy guy with the weird shirt. So Boone, sniper, D12 plus 1. Roll 2d6 and pick the best one. I don't even have a D12. Oh, shit.
That was like me in a D4.
Cool. Oh, I guess you want me to roll first. No worries.
Yeah.
A 1! What the hell? 1 becomes a 2. He survived. Damn it, Boone. What the hell are you doing, son? Silva, 4d8. Alright, Silva's pissed.
He's probably still laughing at the immediate turnaround of the 3 guys that just shot at him.
Alright, so 2d4, I get 4d8. I'm going to try and engage 2 of those guys. So roll 2d6 first of all.
Yep.
And I will roll 2d... oh, what's wrong? I say 2d8s. So,
no. Feel free. I'm happy with the D4 ones.
Alright, that's a 7 versus a 4. That is 1 guy killed.
He got lit up.
Alright, and then Silver's still laying. He's still got the hammer down on that saw. He's got 2 more d8s against the next guy. Roll 2 more d6s. Oh, maybe not so good on the second one. Yeah, second guy missed. So, cool. Wackadoo is dead. Alright, and then who's underneath that? Is that another saw? Alright, so same song, second verse. 2 d6s versus my 2 d8s. Oh, shit. Alright, so that's a 6, that's a kill on green shirt guy. And then 2d6 versus 2d4. That's a 7, I don't think you can beat that, even with a 6. No. Cool. So that is this hex out of gas.
Clear.
Nice.
These springs.
That's what happens when you get 2 saws at less than 200 yards. So you tend to empty hexes. Okay, so these guys suddenly have nobody to shoot at. He's got a line of sight on these fools over here. I get plenty to pick from. Holy crap. I'm going to try and pick off this... Oh my god, you have 2 RPGs in that hex?
Maybe. I was hoping you didn't notice till you ran over the road as a team.
What are you doing? How do we have all these GRS guys and nobody brought a smoke grenade? How does that work?
And you've all got to run over the road to get to the objective.
Oh my god. Alright. Alright, I'm going to put 2 d6s into one of those RPGs. I am in range, however, you are concealed, so you get to add 1 to your dice roll. So roll 1d6, add 1 to the result. I will roll 2 d6s and try to get 1 result that beats you. And I rolled a 6, so you better roll well.
Oh.
That is 1 RPG guy down.
So my uncle in Mike 8 with his LNG, he's gonna try and even that score.
Oh, this guy's gonna shoot. Yeah, he's also gonna line his high, I suppose. Cool. So 3d8. He's definitely in range. He's gonna roll 3d8s. I'm gonna roll
3d6.
3d6. Thank you. Roll. He's not walking around with a douche gun under his arm.
Opportunity. He's not been down the gym enough. Oh, bad roll. 3-3 on a roll.
I could survive this. Hell yeah, he survives that.
Oh yeah, crushes it. So that leaves basically the L8 hex.
And if they fire, they're going to lose their conceal bonus.
Yeah. But, you know, I don't think they're going to be moving anywhere. So, yeah, let's fire that explosive device, Jim.
Oh yeah, you get to modify the street.
So start off with the RPG because he just watched his mate get splashed all over him. So he's not right happy.
It's not the best now. Now, thank God for line of sight. An RPG into this hex, it's only 1d8, but it rolls against every target in the hex. So an RPG in the middle of this building, hex right here, would be most unpleasant. So it's an inefficient RPG shot, but guys, he's not silly. The reason he's doing this is he's literally making more noise. The more explosions that happen out in the street, that is going to be RPG fire, TIG's grenade launcher, or wrecked vehicles, not disabled vehicles. Wrecked vehicles cause actual like fireworks explosions. That gets people in their houses agitated. They can't hear the soccer game, and they grab their AK and run out in the street and start causing trouble. Long story short, it's a take your third shot. It's a -1 on that threat level table that I have been doing well with, but that may not hold. Good, cool. So you got 1d8, I got 1d6. That's an 8. I literally can't beat that. I can't beat that. The RPG,
he really wasn't happy that his fellow RPG had got took out.
What's that line from Black Hawk Down? He's got a rocket in him, sir. He opens up the Hummer. There's literally an RPG, unexploded RPG shell in his chest. That just happened. Yeah, there's no save from that there, Mr. Blue Shirt. You done.
You is missed.
And it does count as an explosion, so yeah, we do have to make sure that we keep track of that.
Yep.